Are we recording again, or are you just being weird?
I'm not weird. I mean, she's
weird.
The most important part.
Send green hearts if she's weird.
No!
Oh, look at all the green hearts. Like,
I am not weird.
oh, they stopped.
See, exactly.
Quit being nice. Oh, there they go again. You're weird.
I'm not weird. Stop it!
Spewing green hearts.
No, do you really think I'm weird? I think he's weird. Minnie Mouse.
Welcome to another edition of Extra Magic Hours. This is a random Wednesday video. We don't normally do this. Normally it's just Monday, Friday. So thanks for joining us in the middle of the week.
Unless if you're watching us on Periscope, then you're actually getting this a little bit early. So.
We got a sneak peek for Periscope. And if you follow us on Periscope or see it on Twitter or something, then you got to see this way ahead of time. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to show some of our tips. I guess we're going to show. We're going to talk about some of our tips. Because we get a lot of questions sometimes about Disney World, namely with how we afford it. So today it's all about the finances and what we do to do Disney World. So why don't you start with the first, whatever tip we have.
The first way that we really afford Disney, and we are able to go so much throughout the year, is that we make a lot of sacrifices at home. Such as?
And we really don't eat out. Maybe once a week, and if we do, you know, we don't do it super expensive. We might go to Chili's and do the 2 for $20 deal or something like that. But we don't always wind up with a big tab. You know, a lot of times we found if we go out to eat, we don't get drinks, whether it be beer, soda, whatever. We
drink water.
Yeah, get water, and it'll keep your prices down. But we found we can go sometimes, and it's less than $20, and we go out and have a nice meal, and that's our date night. And a lot of times we sacrifice, we don't go to the movies a lot.
Nope.
If we do, there's a movie theater near us that has morning movies, and they're really cheap. It's usually like $5 or $6 for a ticket. So we'll go see movies there.
Before 11 a.m. If you go before 11 a.m., the ticket's $5. So thankfully, you know, if we wake up early here, it helps us to wake up early at Disney World.
Yeah, or we'll just go to, you know, we of course we have a Netflix subscription like, you know, everyone else under the age of 30 like we are.
Netflix and Amazon Prime.
So we have plenty of TV shows and movies that we watch there.
I said, and Amazon Video. You didn't acknowledge my talking.
Well, does Amazon sponsor us?
Yes.
Amazon open, if you want to sponsor us, we'll take it. And also, we'll go to Redbox, and you know, usually you can Google online, honestly, and you can find a free rental code, or you can sign up for their text message alerts, and they'll send you free rental codes. So we do that a lot. So anyway, a lot of sacrifices, kind of just that sort of stuff. Really, if you take a look at your budget... If you look at your budget, you'll find that there's a lot of places where you don't realize you're actually spending a lot of money. And so we try to dial those back as much as we can. But another way that we save money...
is that we don't have cable. Did you say that? We don't have cable.
I said it telepathically.
Oh, yeah. We don't have cable. So, I mean, we do have Netflix and we have Amazon Prime, but we do not have cable. We bought an antenna earlier this year, so we can still stream, like, the local news stations and stuff. We can still watch Jeopardy!
Yeah. Well, and we get a lot, you know, you find with the broadcast networks, I mean, we get just about every NFL game, because they're on Fox and CBS, so you pick all those up, and it's just a one-time purchase, and
it was $40 for our antenna.
Depending on the range you want, ours is 40 miles, 40 or 50.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was $40. You can pay more and get the one that has a 100-mile range, or you can pay less and get the one that's got a 20-mile range, but we Googled and found where all the towers were for the local stations, and we actually get a lot of channels. I mean, it's granted some of them are like religious Korean channels that are of no use to us, but...
or like weird Spanish comedy shows.
Where you get the weird public access shows that you never know what you're going to get. And then there's actually a few other networks I never even knew existed, but they got some, you know, there's one that has reruns of the Drew Carey Show. I love the Drew Carey Show.
Back to Disney World.
All right, I was trying to move us on, and then you cut me off.
Well, I'm sorry. That was one of the things.
So one of the other ways that we save money is that we take advantage of cheap flights, or we'll just drive down there.
Yay! We sold our tickets for the football game.
We also sell extra football tickets.
Yes.
So we have them.
StubHub just notified me on my cell phone. Hooray!
But we'll take a look. A lot of times, Spirit Airlines, Southwest, Frontier, sometimes they'll have really cheap airfare as long as you know, granted, sometimes you might have to be to the airport at 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes you might be flying out 11:30 at night. You know, as long as you're okay not getting there at 10, regular 10 a.m. flight or the 6 p.m. flight, kind of the peak hours.
Yeah.
Find it's really cheap, and especially Southwest doesn't charge for carry-on bags, so that's certainly another way that you can take advantage.
Checked luggage. You
Checked
get
is what I was meant.
2 bags for free, but be careful if you fly Spirit or Frontier because they make it look really good at first, but there's they charge you for every step. So they charge you for the seat that you choose. They charge you if you bring carry-on luggage or whatever. So a lot of times we won't even use that. We'll just stuff what we can into a backpack, and that'll just be what we bring for the weekend. Because we like to fly down a lot on random weekends once we get his work scheduled and be like, hey, look, flights are cheap this weekend. You want to go? Yeah, let's go to see Mickey!
So it really, you just got to look at it on how long you're going to be, what kind of stuff you're going to bring. If you need to check bags and bring food, Southwest is probably the way to go. Wait till they have cheap fares. Spirit, you got to be careful because, like she said, with all the fees.
Frontier.
And Frontier. But if it's just you and a backpack, or you and a spouse and a backpack each, it's totally affordable.
Yeah, like $40. You can fly down there for like $40, at least from Atlanta. We can't, of course, speak from anywhere else, but we fly out of Atlanta to Orlando. Or, speaking of, another good way to save money is to drive. Yeah,
we'll drive down there. We obviously have the virtue. We live in Georgia. We're in Metro Atlanta, so it's 7 to 8 hours. Kind of depends on traffic.
But I even think too, sure, if you live in like Kansas City or somewhere where it takes like 18 hours to drive down, it could be worth it, cost versus how many people. It just depends on how many people you have in your family. So just make sure you look and see, well, we've got 4 people, it might be cheaper for you guys to drive. Or if you're like us, it's just the 2 of us.
It depends on the time, too, because if we're going to go for a weekend, it makes more sense to fly, because if we only have a 48-hour window, we don't want to spend, 16 of it driving. So you got to do you, but definitely research flights, and sometimes they'll have flash sales on Spirit or Frontier, and you can really get down there for less than $100 round trip for 2 people if you really play your cards right.
Like our whole Disney World trip coming up, we're flying Southwest and we're renting a car, and we got all of that for less than $200 from both of us. So just because there is a round trip option doesn't mean you have to take it. Like we're flying Southwest down there, we're flying Spirit back. So we're also flying into Jacksonville to go to the football game. But
some places will do one-way rental cars too, so you could fly to Orlando.
Yeah, Alamo, the place that Disney World has on property, will do that. Be careful, because we just learned the hard way this week that Hertz doesn't do that, and if you make a reservation with them, they will charge you a cancellation fee of $50 because you have to return your car at the same place that you picked it up. So just be aware.
In other words, just do your homework and you'll find some good deals. And that being said, also doing your homework, one way that we save money is, of course, we stay at the value resorts. You look at Disney now. I know some people have to live in the lap of luxury, and if that's you, hey, you do you. We are more on the go when we're at Disney World. We like to really, all we need for a room is we need a shower and a bed, and that's all we need. So that's all we do. We'll stay at Pop Century, the All Stars, stuff like that, because it's cheaper. It's a lot of times we look at things. We look at the Contemporary and stuff like that, and we are staying at our Halloween trip, so
we are staying at the Deluxe, and I've stayed at a few moderates and Deluxes before then, and I'm not really impressed, but he's never done it before, so we're gonna try it for Brian.
But a lot of times we'll look at it and go, you might could stay at Contemporary, for X amount of dollars a night. Then you look and go, I could have stayed 4 nights at Pop Century,
yes.
And we like the parks. Now, if you like the spas and stuff, and it's worth the money to you, then hey, that's you. But this is one of the ways we afford it, and how we can go more often is that we don't devote as much money to a place where that's literally all we do in the room is we go back, we sleep, and then shower in the mornings when we wake up.
Exactly. And another good way to afford Disney World is to make sure that you're looking at the discounts, which I just looked today, and they have annual pass holder discounts, which is great. If you're annual pass members, of course, take advantage of those discounts. You get lots of them throughout the year. But also, they just released some discounts for early 2016 that even include free, not free dining, but discounts on the dining plan. And those have to be booked by December, but it's 25% off hotel rooms, which is at a Deluxe, 20% off of moderates, and 15% off of values, which in the long run can actually save you a pretty good amount of money, especially depending on the length of your trip. If you're talking 7 days, that's a pretty good little chunk of change that you can save. So just make sure you, if you have a reservation already, you can call Disney and they can apply the discount that just came out, or go ahead and book it while it's there before the ending date, which was sometime in December.
So again, you'll notice the running theme. If you just do your research and do your homework, you can find that it's actually a lot more affordable. So another
Actually, wait. And travel agents, if you have a Disney travel agent, they're really good about staying on top of discounts and stuff. So if this is like your once-a-lifetime trip or whatever, I would highly recommend using a Disney travel agent because they can help you out a lot. And of course, you can always leave comments down there, and we will our comments or questions, and we can answer them too.
So another way that we save money, we don't buy a lot of souvenirs when we go down to Disney World. We did find on one of our trips, actually, if you like the pins or souvenirs, if you have a car with you, obviously if you fly down and only use Magical Express and that sort of thing, it's a lot harder to get off property, but we just went to one of the local Walmarts.
Yes.
And they had they had pins for dirt cheap, they had t-shirts. I mean, we got what would have been probably, gosh, $100, $150 of stuff in the park for like 30.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot. They have t-shirts and coffee mugs and, I mean, apparel. I mean, it's great. Of course, it's not Disney Parks authentic, which I know is really important to a lot of people, but if you just like the stuff for the stuff, then who cares where it comes from?
We just wanted some t-shirts. We wanted the pins. We're not big pin traders. We just like to get stuff that we like. So, you know, I like Toy Story and Lion King. So we had stuff like that go for us. And Brittany had wanted a Minnie Mouse coffee mug. So we took advantage of that. And so she grabbed our pin board.
I'm trying to find, for example, this one right here. Trying to make sure I get it in view of both.
Toy Story Woody.
Toy Story came from Walmart because, well, I mean, we just want the pin for the pin. We don't care if it's Disney authentic and trading. However, it does have the Mickey back on it, though. So I guess you could trade it in the park. And then also this guy, Agent P, Perry, the platypus, whatever came from there. So
again, we don't really buy a lot of souvenirs in the park. Usually what we do every trip, we have basically the two things we try to do. We want to get a pin from something else that we like. Like we got Pop Century last time because it's kind of our resort.
And this one at Disney was $10.
And so we usually get a Christmas ornament. And our last trip, we actually got two. We kind of splurged.
Yeah, we did.
We had to make up for another trip. So
because we forgot to get one in
the 2015 and
July.
this Mickey with plaid and holly on it. So that's usually what we do. We have a strict budget on it, but we don't buy t-shirts. We don't overblow it on souvenirs. And that's an easy way to save a lot of money. So let's move on to our next one.
Okay. A lot of times, too, if we go down there, we will bring our own food and drinks because Disney will allow you to bring your own food and drink into the park. So we will eat like PB&Js or pack a bunch of chips or that kind of thing and bring them with us. So that's another way to cut down on costs. And also, if we're not flying, we'll bring like soda, or we'll just get a refillable mug between the two of us and split it.
And we also, we have a Sam's Club membership, and I know there's like BJ's and Costco, stuff like that across the country. Whatever's in your local area, Sam's Club's what's in our area. And we'll just go and buy, you know, a case of waters or something that we'll bring with us, or a case of, you know, one of those big things with the multiple bags of chips. We're going to be there a while, and we'll just bring that with us, and we'll throw it. It's easier to do this when we drive. If not, then you got to take it out and kind of space it all into a suitcase. But if you're driving, it's a lot easier. So that's another way, is we just make sure that we bring our stuff. You can also get the refillable mugs. That's another way to kind of chip in on that. And we also will get the kids' meals when we're in the park, because we found that
kids' meals are huge portions at Disney World. They're pretty big. Like, you can easily eat a kid's meal and feel full as an adult. Or we'll also get like a quick service meal and split it between the two of us. Yeah,
because a lot of times, like I said, like if you go to the food court at Pop Century, it's the quick service is an entree with a side and a dessert.
Well, if you buy it all separately though, like on the dining plan, you get all of that. But the dessert you'd have to pay separately for.
But still, you can pay for like that, and it's still cheaper, and it's a lot.
$15 to $17, and it can fill us up for a few hours.
And you can also, if you're so inclined, you can split a drink. We've done that multiple times, and of course in the parks, you can always, any place that has fountain drinks, just if you go up and ask for a cup of water, they'll give you a cup of water, and it's free. Which in the parks too, we also found in the long run it was cheaper if you sometimes it's kind of out in those regular kiosk areas.
In
You
Adventureland.
can get a super tall bottle. It's a 48-ounce bottle of water.
It was
but
$4.
it's only $1 more than the little individual 20-ounce. So we would just get that and split it because it was like enough water to last us for days, it felt like.
Yeah.
So another final way that we save money, and
this
is just
drum roll. Drum roll too. Faster.
Is birthdays and Christmas and other holidays. We just ask for Disney gift cards or money towards trips or anything like that. We find that we really don't have a lot of stuff around our house that we need. I mean, any gadgety type stuff I usually already have anyway. I've got enough socks. I've got enough clothes for work, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Christmas time, birthdays, etc., we just ask our friends and relatives that we're on gift-giving terms with, just give us a Disney gift card. And I just had a birthday a couple of weeks ago.
Which is why we're going to Disney World in
and got
8 days from now, but how
much?
many days from Wednesday?
We got a Disney gift card for
4 days from Wednesday.
25 and a Visa gift card for 50. So, and we just immediately took that aside and put it towards the trip. And so that can be food money on the trip, can be maybe if you want to get some extra souvenirs. So that's what we do. And obviously, whatever works for you, but we've had some people ask us, because it's no secret that our jobs don't pay six figures.
No. I work in a school system. He works at a radio station, so it's not like we're rolling in money.
We're not in high-paying industries.
No.
But what we find is we stay strict to our monthly budget. And that's another tip I actually took to heart, is we have a written budget. It used to be taped up right over on the other side of this room, but now it's somewhere else in the house.
It's on my computer now.
But we stay to our budget. We know exactly with our paychecks when they come in. We know how much we have allotted that needs to go to pay rent, how much needs to go towards gas in our cars, how much is our grocery budget, and that sort of thing. And
we know exactly where every single penny of every paycheck is going, and we have like a spreadsheet that I keep up with. And
the way it's phrased is just every dollar has an assignment, and so that's what we do. And then the assignment might be that it goes to savings. It might go to a Disney trip, it might go to gas in the car, whatever.
A down payment on a house.
Yeah. So we know where the money's going, and if you stay on top of it, it's not restricting. What you find when you have a budget is that you find out that you can do stuff. And we look at our budget and go, oh, well, yeah, we can just save up money for this amount of months, and as we save it up, then we find out, oh, well, we can go to Disney World. My budget said we could, and so that's one of the ways that we stay on top of it, is really just staying on top of the finances. We look for the discounts. We do all the other stuff we've already outlined and won't bore you again with. You miss anything?
No, I don't think so. I just think ultimately at the very end of it, Disney is like our goal. So it's really boils down to with money, like how much are you willing to sacrifice? Oh look, it's the people that tagged us. They tagged us for Disney, the Disney tag. Hey guys, sorry vlog. Periscope took a break for a second. But anyway, I think it just depends on how much you're willing to sacrifice. Like, how much does Disney World mean to you? And however much Disney World means to you at the end of it is how much you're going to get to go. Of course, we don't have any kids or anybody that we're financially responsible for, so it's easy, for us to just kind of drop everything and go. We also don't have any pets, so we don't have to worry about them or pet sitting or anything. But I just feel like if you can make the sacrifices to walk past Old Navy on a day when they're having a 40% off sale like today and not buy anything because you want to go to Disney World, then yeah, we need to make our announcement.
Oh yeah,
we have an announcement.
All right.
That's the last part of it. Let's see.
This announcement, Brittany disappears, and now she's back. And now she disappeared again. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait.
But only if you use your imagination.
Wait. There she. Oh, now she's gone.
Imagination.
So you know you're shaking the camera stand.
I ran a 5K today. My legs hurt. I can't do that anymore. Okay, we have an announcement to make.
Is that my
It has to do with this. Oh wait, let's show them. Because Brian has a costume contest next week at work. So this should tip you off. We're going to Disney World when it's going to look like this. Well, not like this sweater specifically, but...
No, exactly like that sweater.
you know, it's going to be for this holiday because Brian's dressing up like a Christmas tree for his costume contest.
We already announced we're going for Halloween.
No. You're being mean.
We're going for Valentine's Day.
Well, that too, sort of.
We're going for spring break.
And that too. But back it up to December. We're going in for Christmas in how many days, Brian? We can't screw it up this time. It's the same number.
Wait, what?
We can't screw it up. You hold up the other one. 55 days. Oh, I thought you messed it up again. You can't do it.
You can throw your other one in mine if you want. You gotta close yours.
Oh. I suck at this game.
Right, you still had to be closed. Right, you want me to throw it back?
Yes. It was delayed reaction. We're going to Disney World in 55 days. Well, wait, though. It's 55 days from Saturday. From Wednesday, it's 54, 53, 52, 51 days from Wednesday. When this vlog is announced, so if you're watching on Periscope, it's 55. If you're watching on Wednesday, it's 51 days till Christmas when we go. And only 8 days from Saturday and 4 days from Wednesday when we leave. 3 days. 4 days? I don't know. We're leaving on Halloween. So there you go. 2 trips in the future for us.
We're going to go see Georgia, play Florida.
Florida. It's hot in here.
It's me. Pretty hot.
So anyway, there we go. Thank you for watching us. Hopefully this vlog doesn't turn out terrible, and thank you for the 3 people who stuck with us on Periscope. You guys are awesome.
You stuck it out to the very end.
No, thanks for bearing with us to the very end. What ride is that? What show? That might not end well for Georgia. No, shh. Florida's quarterback got suspended, so it's okay.
It's probably not gonna
No, shh. Every single time I've gone to Georgia, Florida, they've won.
Not me.
Every single one. And every single time I've gone to Georgia, Tennessee, they won. And I didn't go to Georgia, Tennessee, and they lost. It's all my fault. I went 5 years in a row, and they won every single time I was there. And then they didn't. Thanks for bearing with us to the very end. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. Aha. No, what did you say to me the other day? He said, I like you because you're weird.
Well, she already outlined one of the reasons I think she's weird. She did walk past Old Navy on a 40% off day and didn't buy anything. And I like that. I got some other friends
Actually, I didn't even go. I just didn't go because I wasn't going to be tempted because we're going to Disney World in 8 days.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
messed my hair
You're
up.
proving my point.
There we
Yeah,
go.
mine too. Gosh, I got all this hair right here too.
Scruffy.